What's up guys, Harry here, known as Trade Sharp. I'm going to bring you this quick video today, just looking at some Bitcoin. And yeah, let's get started. I would like to say first, we did close the 3 day above the topside Bollinger Band, which is really good. And it's telling me, okay, look, we're going to continue the trend. I am looking for some trending motion. And I do look for us to continue higher just based off this because in the past, it has been very accurate. Every time we've closed below, we have seen something. But when we continuously closing above, it does show that we're looking for trending action. Now, I don't mind to see this fill out a little bit more. We could fill out the bottom side of this wick or even come down to about here at 36,400 or even fill in the whole, maybe around this whole area here. But that doesn't worry me. It is a backfill, which I said this morning. We do have, I think, on spot price. Weekly, yeah. So yes, we do have the weekly close coming in, and if it closes like this, or even with a green candle, that's even more bullish. All this means is that when price got here on the weekly time frame, it got immediately bought back up, which is obviously a bullish sign. I mean, it's showing that momentum is towards the upside. So I like to see that. And yeah, let's go into the lower time frame. So we'll start on the 4 hour and we'll start on the 1 hour. To be honest, let's go super low time frame and just have a look what's going on. Let's close this off and bring back our drawings. So on the 1 hour time frame, what do we have here? So we can see that we bounced off this level here. We did close above this, which drive next target to this. I just drew some ranges we had to this next top of the range here. You can see that we had some sort of rejection. We got rejected down to 37,000, immediately bought back up, and it took us to our last really difficult range that we need to, blast through, which was this level here exactly. It rejected almost exactly off that level, coming in at 39,000. So 30, let's call it 40,000. So I just drew it on a candle wick basis. So now we got basically sold back into. We might come back up to this breaker here, and we'll see if we break it. If we break this area here, it looks like it's a break of structure. We could see continuation. That is very possible. Apart from that, we might also get rejected at this breaker here and continue down, which is completely fine, and fill in a bit of the space here before continuing up and continuing on. So I don't see this as any problem, just based on the 3 day close. I do think that that's very bullish. We are now officially, and we tested the 50 moving, so now we're above. One test, came back down, two tests, and bounce off that. So I do like to see that. If we do, so we could just reverse here, to be honest. Yeah, this, 37,000, 500-ish. Yeah, that was one of the levels we were looking at on the 3 day close. So, it does look pretty good for continuation, but it is a weekend, so I have to say, all right, let's have some caution here. So we might just see Bitcoin continue up from here, but I'm being a bit cautious. Again, I don't mind if it comes down a little. We'll take a look at Stokes. Stokes have turned up and they've caught right the bottom of this critical zone. Boom, nice bounce up, which is nice to see. 2 hour Stokes might catch. Let's see if this is actually a trend line. Yeah, so 2 hour Stokes have quite an aggressive trend line and it might catch this here. Mm, can you count that as a trend line? I don't think you can. You can count it as a regression, but it just needs to close above 39,000. I don't count that as a trend line, to be honest. I thought it looked like one, but when I plot it, it's not really working. It would technically make it cross to the downside, but I like to see at least three drives. But let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is crossing to the downside, so but we are getting a nice bounce off this, quite perfectly. So we might just see that turn up here. It might bounce off this zone right here. So what we might see happen is we might range a little bit. It might come down like this and bounce off this critical zone. Boom. Not that high, of course, but so we might see that it's kind of in a zone where it doesn't, things are contradicting. But the 1 hour, and I've said this last time, the 1 hour is catching a lot of these moves. So since the 1 hour, I do put a bit of weight on that because the 1 hour these days has been catching a lot of these moves. So let's take a look at anything else that can tell me I have a bullish bias. I mean, if you're looking at a range, if we just wick above this last wick, to be honest, looking at simple price action here, if we do wick above here, then I look for continuation to here. I mean, that's simple price action, but that's on a 4 hour. I need a wick on a 4 hour or, preferably a closure I would like. That would be a lot better to have a closure. Look at this mess I'm making of this chart. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm basically, yeah, this is look like it wants to trend, to be honest. It looks pretty healthy to me. I don't see any issues with this. Uh, yeah, it looks very constructive. Let's see this daily Stoke. This is the Stoke that I really uh, like to see catch this trend line here. So if we do end up ranging in this area, this will catch probably this regression or this regression, but it's looking more likely that we're going to catch this regression. And if we get this tick up, which it has to close today, which might be likely, look at the price, 39,282, then this would be an amazing, I would look at it as an opportunity. I'm looking at everything as an opportunity now. Why, you might ask? Well, that's because of how strong bounce we got, how the weekly closing, how the 3 days closing, momentum on the 1 hour. And if this confirms here, then any dips, I'm looking on altcoins. This is not financial advice, by the way. Altcoin dips, I do think we continue to all-time high. You might even be able to play a position of one of these. I do look for things to start trending up, but we might get this nice beep, tick up, and that would be very, very, very bullish. So let's quickly have a look at Ethereum. You can see, yes, we are getting that continuation now. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum is looking pretty much the same. We do have quite a bit of Stokes are up, resistance above here. It's forming another one of those triangles, Ethereum, like it's basically forming this, and on the 1 hour you can see, I don't know if it doesn't really count, to be honest. It's just forming a range. I mean, you could try play it out something like this if you used Wix or something. I don't hold a lot of weight on this. I would say this is not accurate, but all it basically means is that we're in a range. You can see that the top side of the range is here, and a closure above this resistance here coming in at exactly 12,000, I mean, sorry, not 12,000. Soon, guys, soon, 12,000. At 1,239. If we do close above there, yeah, then I do look for extension back up to test these areas. To be honest, that will conclude with Bitcoin. I mean, if you were to take a measured move of this range, just to have a quick look, these are not accurate. I just want to see where it's putting it, yeah, roughly around the area. But, if Bitcoin continues up, I do see it trending up. So that's basically Ethereum might be ready to break out. Uh, just it will follow Bitcoin, but if it gets rejected here, if Bitcoin wants to range again, then it will come back down and fill this area here. Especially if it breaks below here, I look for it to come back here. But yeah, anyways, I'll leave you with that, guys. Thanks for listening. Remember, take care and trade sharp.